Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Public Service for Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. This is a public meeting, and today we do have a letting and a hearing. So we will handle the letting at this time. So Helen, when the bids are downloaded, I will let you begin.
Okay, we have three bids. We're opening bids for letting 8776 20th Street Mobility Improvements. Gershenson Construction Company is our first bid. GERSHENSON Construction Company, Inc. Total bid amount $14,589. 220, I'm sorry, that phone threw me off. It's $14,589,220.00. That's 14589,220.00. RB Wagner, RBWAGNER Incorporated. Total bid amount is $15,025,446.94. 15025,446.94. And Raineri Construction, RAINERI Construction. Total bid amount is $14,405,034.93. That's 14405,034.93. And those are the bids for today.
Okay, thank you very much, Helen.
You're welcome.
At this time, we will handle the hearing. Hearing numbered 107082-RH, which is a continuation. This is a continuation hearing of hearing number 107082-RH pursuant to section 26.100.030 of the revised code of the city of St. Louis. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether to revoke the conditional use permit numbered as 107082-RH issued to Good Trip CO Abdul Jabbar Ahmed to occupy 4347 South Broadway Street to operate a gas station and a convenience store with no liquor and no cooking. At the hearing on August 13th, 2024, there was evidence that the permit holder was not in compliance with the following conditions. Condition number 4, all signage must be applied for and approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator and Land Clearance or Redevelopment Authority. Condition number 8, no outside storage of any type. And condition number 10, no wrapping papers, individual blunts, or other types of drug paraphernalia will be sold on the premise at any time. The Board of Public Service tabled the revocation for 30 days to allow time to address these non-compliance issues. The Office of the Zoning Administrator has the burden to prove the conditional use permits have not been complied with. After the Zoning Administrator presents evidence, the Board will ask for additional testimony, if any, in support of the revocation. Then the conditional use holder will be given the opportunity to present evidence. Lastly, the Board will hear other testimony in opposition to this revocation, if any. Your testimony is being recorded. When you come forward, please state your name and address and be sworn in. As you testify, please direct your comments to the Board and not to those in the audience. Members of the audience are asked to remain silent, not coach the witnesses. During your testimony, members of this Board may have questions for you. Following the hearing, the Board will proceed with its regular agenda. Following the conclusion of the regular agenda, the Board will deliberate, discuss, and vote on the hearing. The Board will notify the conditional use holder of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. In addition to the documents entered into the record on August 13th, 2024, the Board of Public Service has its possession the following documents which are being introduced into evidence. Item 1, a certified copy of the zoning code of the City of St. Louis. Item 2, a letter dated August 14th, 2024, sent to DBA Good Trip CO, Baraka LLC, 4347 South Broadway Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111, from the Board Secretary, warning of the violations of conditions number 4, 8, and 10 of the permit and the date of this continued hearing. Item 3, a letter dated August 13th, 2024, sent to Abdul Jabbar Ahmed, CO Baraka LLC, 4347 South Broadway Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111, from the Board Secretary, warning of the violations of conditions numbers 4, 8, and 10 of the permit and the date of this continued hearing. Item number 4, a letter dated August 14th, 2024, sent to Baraka LLC, CO Abdul Jabbar Ahmed, 4347 South Broadway Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111, from the Board Secretary, warning of the violations of conditions number 4, 8, and 10 of the permit and the date of the continued hearing. Item 5, photographs of the notice of today's hearing posted outside 4347 South Broadway Street. And item 6, a copy of the public notice posted for today's hearing in the City Journal on September 3rd, 2024, September 10th, 2024, and September 17th, 2024. At this time, the Board asks representatives of the Office of Zoning Administrator, please come forward and be sworn in.
The testimony that you're about to give before this board shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Please state your name for the board.
Sandra Long, Acting Zoning Inspector, 1200 Market Street. As of today, at my inspection, I found this business to be in compliance with all their conditions. They had a couple temporary signs that they were taken down as I was leaving.
Okay, so just to be clear, all the conditions that were in violation, as previously noted, 4, 8, and 10 have been rectified and there are no violations at this time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'd like to open the floor for any questions from any of our board directors.
Just a comment, I commend Mr. Nar, I commend the team, the city team, and the conditional use holder on their communication and cooperation.
Duly noted. Thank you, Director. Any other questions or comments for the zoning administrator? Seeing none, at this time, if there's anyone else present who wishes to testify that the noted conditions have not been complied with and wishes to support the revocation, please come forward and be sworn in. I do not see anyone in the chat. I do not see anyone on the screen. I don't see any hands raised. If you are here to support the revocation, please bring it to my attention at this time. Seeing none. At this time, the board asks the conditional use permit holder to please come forward and be sworn in.
Raise your right hand, please. The testimony that you're about to give before this board shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
Please state your name and address for the board.
my name is Abdul Jabbar Al Hamid. My address is 4347 South Broadway, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111.
Thank you.
So I will just start off and just say, first of all, you can put your hand down. Thank you very much for coming and being serious and getting all these conditions rectified. We really appreciate that. Obviously, we support, our business holders in the city, but we also need you to be serious, and obviously you are, so thank you. At this time, I'll let you address the board and say anything you'd like to say, sir.
No,
Okay,
thank you. I appreciate that, guys. And I will always keep everything up to the code that you request.
and we very much appreciate that. So at this time, I'll open the floor for any comments or any questions from any of our board directors. Seeing none, thank you very much. At this time, if there's anyone present opposing this revocation that wishes to testify, please come forward and be sworn in. Again, I do not see anyone in the chat. I see no one on the screen with their hand raised. If you are here in opposition to the revocation, beyond folks who have already testified, please bring it to my attention at this time. Seeing none. The matter concerning hearing number 107082-RH, continuation, is now closed and submitted. The board will deliberate this matter following the remaining agenda items. At this time, I'll ask Secretary to please call the roll.
Director Coyle,
Present. Thank you.
Director Davis is excused. Director Hayes,
Present.
Director Pearson,
Present.
Director Scobie,
Present.
Director Williams is excused. President Bradley.
Present, we have a quorum. I will call the meeting order.
Regular business. From the President. Recommendation that approval be given as follows. Abstract of proposals received May 21st, 2024 for the Public Works advertised under letting number 8771. Terminal 1 Departures Bridge over Bad Claim Drive at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. The lowest responsible bid was received by Jackson Building Group, Inc. for $373,308, and it is recommended that it be given preliminary approval. Abstract of proposals received July 16, 2024 for the Public Work advertised under letting number 8775, Traffic Management Enhancement, Phase 4, Federal Project number CMAC-9901. The lowest responsible bid was received by Gershner Electric, Inc. for $3,211,653, and it is recommended that it be given preliminary approval. PSA number 1276 for Louisiana Calm Street, Phase 2, Federal Project number TAP-9901 with CDG Engineers, Inc. for the maximum agreement amount of $426,900. PSA number 1281, Traffic Management Enhancement, Phase 6, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, Hodemont Avenue to Grand Boulevard, Federal Project number CMAC-9901 with George L. Crawford and Associates, Inc., doing business as CBB for the maximum agreement amount of $459,436. From the Office of Special Events, request the following to be approved, subject to certain conditions. There are 8 special events to be declared as festival zones. Number 1, Hope Nation International Church Super September Super Sunday will take place on Bishop P.L. Scott between Maffitt and St. Louis Avenue on September 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Setup and teardown will start at 10 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. Number 2, Golden Gems Party Market will take place on Locust between Cardinal and Compton on October the 11th from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. and October twelfth from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Setup and tear down will start on October the 11th at 7 a.m. and end on October 12th at 11:59 p.m. Number 3, Oktoberfest Soulard Market will take place at Soulard Market Park on October 11th from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and October 12th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Setup and tear down will start on October 7th from 9 a.m. and end on October 15th at 5 p.m. Number 4, Italian American Heritage Festa will take place at Barra Park and surrounding streets for the parade on October 13th from noon to 5 p.m. Setup and tear down will start on October 12th at 9 a.m. and end on October 14th at 10 p.m. Number 5, Halloween in Central West End will take place on Euclid between North Maryland Avenue and South Maryland Alley. Will take place on Euclid between North Maryland Alley and South Maryland Alley and Maryland between York and east of Euclid on October 26th from 10 a.m. to midnight. Setup and tear down will start at 6 a.m. and end at midnight. Number 6, Winterfest at Kena Plaza will take place on Chestnut between 7th and 6th Street on November 18th to January 1st, 2025. Number 7, Winterfest 5K will take place at Kena Plaza and downtown streets on November 23rd from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Setup and tear down will start at 5:30 a.m. and end at 11 a.m. Number 8, Hot Chocolate Run will take place in the streets throughout Forest Park and the Grove on December 8th from 5:30 a.m. to noon. Setup and tear down will start on December 6th at 8 a.m. and end on December 8th at 5 p.m. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as emergency action the following: all labor, parts, and equipment, including field service work to abate asbestos insulation, wrapping steam, and condensate piping in the raw water pumping area in the engine house at the Howard Bend Water Treatment Plant. This critical abatement for both health and safety concerns and in preparation for a new raw water pumping equipment to be installed. The estimated cost of this work is $9,000. Chain of Rock boiler repairs. This work is required to make emergency repairs to the boilers at the Coagulant House and Head House to maintain operational status, improve efficiency, and ensure the reliability of this equipment, which serves critical facilities. The estimated cost of this work is $25,000. Chain of Rocks chlorine building fire alarm system replacement. This current system is outdated and needs upgrading to match a more modern system. The estimated cost of this work is $46,000. Miscellaneous mechanical service work for the Chain of Rocks. This includes repair to condenser pumps, fan motors, contactors, and condensate lines. The estimated cost of this work is $27,000. Notice of assignment of communication transmission system license agreement, amending the current license agreement between the City of St. Louis and Everstream Solutions LLC. Everstream Solutions LLC has sold its assets and assigned all rights under the agreement to the United Private Networks LLC. Rebuilding Adore Oliver Clarifier Drive unit for the Howard Bend Water Treatment Plant. This job was approved by this honorable board on August 20th, 2024 under BPS document number 305274 for a total of $200,000. During this time, the scope of work expanded after severe corrosion was noted on the truces and rake arms of the clarifier, which were not a part of the original scope of work. This new scope will completely rebuild the entire clarifier and not just the drive unit, as previously stated. The estimated cost of this work is $325,000. From the Directors of Public Safety and Utilities, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Request by BL Real Estate Group, OZF LLC, to consolidate the two adjacent lots at 3641 and 3643 Wisconsin Avenue in City Block 1661. From the Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that one application from Olson Engineering be approved subject to certain conditions. Application number 221 for 1413 North 20th Street. We have 5 conditional use permits from the Director of Public Safety.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Steve Narr, zoning specialist for the city. And I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. For Board Order 766 transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. We recommend approval of five conditional use permits. One is 819 North Kings Highway Boulevard. 2 is 1235 North Grand Boulevard. 3 is 307 Belt Avenue. 4 is 3431 Merrimack Street. And 5 is 401 North Euclid Avenue, Unit 3S.
Thank you, Steve. Are there any questions or comments on today's conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion, please.
Greg Hayes, motion to approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Coyle, second.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Pearson.
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's conditional uses are approved. Hearing number 107082-RH continuation, and that was for Good Trip Baraka LLC, 4347 South Broadway, gas station convenience store. This was a continuation hearing from August. There were 3 conditions that were in violation. Condition 4, which is signage, condition 8, which is outside storage, and condition 10, which would be drug paraphernalia. We gave 30 days to the conditional use permit holder to resolve those issues. We heard from the zoning administrator's office that as of her inspection today, there are no violations. The conditional use holder also testified that he would do his best not to remain in compliance and not be out of compliance again. There was no one present at today's hearing to testify in opposition or in support of the revocation. So with that brief summary, there are no violations. I will open the floor for any discussion from the board.
This is oh, go ahead,
Seeing
Adam.
none, is
Sorry.
there a motion?
Oh, I was just gonna ask you as part of the discussion, the motion would be, so I move to dismiss revocation without prejudice, or?
So I would say yes, it is dismissed without prejudice, correct, Nancy, because this matter would then be resolved for the time being.
That's right.
Okay, so that would be the motion if you were going to make that, Director.
Okay, so I will make the motion to dismiss this the revocation without prejudice.
I have a
Second,
motion
Hayes.
and a second, sounds like it. Correct, Director?
Correct.
Thank you. All right, motion to dismiss without prejudice, Director Pearson, second, Director Hayes. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Pearson.
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, dismiss without prejudice. Thank you. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Are there any questions or comments on the meeting minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from last week. Coyle.
Second, Pearson.
Great, thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Pearson. Director Scobie,
Abstain.
so noted. President Bradley.
Aye, the meeting minutes are approved. Today's agenda, are there any questions or comments on today's BPS meeting agenda? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So move, Scobie.
Second, Hayes.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Pearson.
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's agenda is approved. Before we adjourn, are there any questions or comments from any of our board directors? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved. Hayes.
Second Coyle.
Thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank
You
you.
Everyone.